Look, I've got a mess, man. I'm suffering from success, and I'm lazy. So I've got bags and bags and bags and piles and bags and bags and more bags upstairs, and more piles of just that I refuse to sort and put away because I'd rather get right back into raid than deal with anything related to putting things away. So I have to do it now, all right? And I have to do it because I'm out of bag hooks. So I really don't have a place to like put loot anymore, so I need more. So we're gonna clean these spots so we have empty bag slots that we can use, and we can just make a mess again. I'm literally cleaning so that I can make a mess again. It's worth it. Now, while we do this cleaning and sorting, we're gonna hope that we make a good amount of money for upgrades, and maybe some backup gear and meds, most importantly. Hey there, Oculus Quest gamers. As you dive into the immersive world of Ghosts of Tabor, we know you're searching for that perfect gaming experience. We've got you covered. Introducing Kiwi Design's top VR accessories to make your virtual reality gaming on Oculus Quest even more enjoyable. First up is their Comfort Head Strap. This ergonomic design ensures a snug and comfortable fit, so you can focus on escaping from Tabor without any distractions. Say goodbye to those annoying pressure points and hello to hours of uninterrupted gameplay. Next, their most popular product, the battery head strap. Not only does this provide unmatched comfort, but it also extends your playtime by doubling your Quest's battery life. With the battery head strap, you'll never have to worry about losing power in the middle of a critical mission, and you'll be ready to outlast your enemies and explore the mysterious world of Tabor without limits. Last but not least, Kiwi Design's Charging Dock. This sleek and convenient dock keeps your Quest and controllers charged, organized, and ready to go at all times. No more fumbling for cables or worrying about misplacing your controllers. Just dock your Quest after each session, and you'll be good to go for your next adventure. So, why wait? Upgrade your Oculus Quest experience with Kiwi Design's best-selling VR accessories. Enjoy extended playtime, unmatched comfort, and effortless organization for a truly epic Ghosts of Tabor adventure. A link is in the description below. Use code TAN at checkout if you want an additional 5% off. Now, let's go hunt. While we clean, I have an interview that we are going to listen to together that was conducted by Rough Talk VR. Look them up on YouTube. Give them a sub if you end up liking what you hear. They do a podcast with lots of guests and interview, all relating to VR and VR gaming. So they're great guys. They're a father-son duo. Scott really likes them. I really like them from what I've seen. And I want them to have a bit more attention. So if I could help in any way, shining a light on them, please go check them out. So we'll be listening to that today. I will give my takes and reactions as we go through. And we'll see what's in store for Ghosts of Tabor for us, what the future might hold, what they're working on. They might leak some alpha, some little teasers, or they'll say they're shutting down shop and this is the end. We don't know, but we'll find out. Before I hit play on this interview, I'm gonna give you a rundown of how I'm gonna clean. Copy my style if you want. It's pretty good. Originally, I would just throw things on the ground, but since we're going to be selling a lot of stuff, I'm just going to be throwing whole bags into the kiosk and hoping that it doesn't break the game. We'll sell what we want, and then we'll return items out of the sell kiosk that we want to keep, and then we'll go through that. So before I start dumping bags in there, I need to empty the kiosk first so that I know items in there are stuff that we want to keep or put away. All right, here we go, chat.
As they spend another episode.
Look at these guys.
The world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Rough Talk VR. Today we're joined again with
How's
the
volume?
CEO of Combat
Volume's
Waffle
pretty good.
Studios.
Never a dull moment.
the creator of Ghost of Tabor. We're joined with Scott Albright. This is technically the second time we've had him on Rough Talk VR, but we've talked to him as well on the official Ghost of Tabor podcast a couple times as well, Tabor Radio. If you haven't yet and you're a Tabor fan, you're missing out. Go check that out right away. But today, again, we're joined with Scott.
It's quiet, chat?
Big news. Last week, Ghost of Tabor was announced that it's coming.
Is it actually quiet? Mods, can you tell me? It looks good on the volume mixer for me. Is it actually too quiet? It's not. It's fine. We're good. It's not that quiet. Not really. It's good. Okay.
Coming to the official Meta Quest store. So this is kind of silly to do, but real quick, Scott, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit in case, we've gotten some new viewers recently?
Sure.
In case they've somehow missed Ghost of Tabor as well.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know how, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Scott. I'm CEO of Combat Waffle Studios.
Hi,
feel
Scott.
Like everyone either knows me, and if you do know me, you either like me or you hate me, but here I am. I don't know, man. I'm the CEO of Combat Waffle. We make Ghost of Tabor, working on Grim alongside Spoonfed Entertainment.
You guys want it louder? I hear people mixed about this. Look, I have it blasted, but I think I have like a volume booster thing. No, I don't. I thought I did.
I'm working on Silent North.
Yeah, I'm
so,
gonna
I mean,
be slightly louder, okay, chat?
It's an honor to be here again.
Should be good, right?
And if you haven't got to know me yet, maybe you'll learn a little bit about me in this episode.
Yeah, I would agree. It's kind of hard to have ignored who Scott could be or is. So
Yeah, very quickly turning into a legend of the game. And the last year, you've even spoken at the Meta Connect. You were on their panel for developers.
Looking forward to that next year as well.
I think that
I'm hoping for a solo panel next year.
oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, like a whole presentation about like how we
Chat, how much gas do I have? Why are there so many full gas cans in my kiosk? I actually don't understand. Anyways.
went from here to here. Like Breachers did something very similar this year. Peter, their CTO, and I'm hoping we get the opportunity to do the same thing since we did pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we talk about quite a bit. If there's any studio that you could model for other studios to follow of how to market games, the path to take with utilizing App Lab, early access, beta, I mean, Combat Waffle Studios is drawing the blueprint in real time. So, I mean, geez, I hope you get the solo panel just for the educational purposes for the whole industry.
I hope there's a Q&A. As long as there's a Q&A, because I'm sure.
So he's talking about getting he was on the panel speaking for MetaQuest, which is kind of a big deal to be up there. And then having a solo panel is just kind of like a way to speak to other potential VR devs and explain the process that Combat Waffle Studios did from start to finish. To just kind of like, probably as a main goal, to talk other devs into building something for VR, right? Especially if they've been hesitant about it for a while. So that's good for all of us, chat. We need more VR games.
Sure, there'll be some amazing questions that would come your way, and I'd love to see that engagement.
So a big part of that, what makes Ghost of Tabor special is the game itself. It's a game that people love, they want to play, but I mean, we need to be honest too, and Combat Waffle's marketing has been substantial. Like I said, with the pipeline that they follow.
Over 80,000 Discord members. Like
Yeah.
83 plus, I think.
So not to put you on the spot, but since you're, planning a little solo panel in your head yourself, do you have any tips for solo developers or studios in general to follow that, look, these are some of the things that you can do for success?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I feel like it's the same points every time. I feel like I said it at the MetaConnect panel. I've said it on your all's podcast before in the past. I believe I've said it in other podcasts before. Make a game that people actually want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Stop making 5v5 shooters.
Yeah.
Period. There's enough.
Agreed.
There's enough of them.
There is enough
Do
of them.
something interesting. And then on top of it, don't target like your giant creators. I feel like that's where a lot of studios go bad. They go out and they take their entire marketing budget and they spend it all on like 2 to 3 creators. And there's nothing wrong with creators like when you're to a certain size of studio, like paying Thrillseeker, paying Bambeo.
Grill, bam.
Nico Ortiz, Controlled Pairs. All these guys are amazing. Controlled Pairs and Nico are probably the coolest out of all of them, in my opinion, because they're both military guys. and the brothers. So, and if I have to choose to work with anybody, it's those two every day of the week. But I think if you can do what we did, and we attacked TikTok strong, but when we had our alpha, we didn't let in the big creators like Thrill and all these other guys. We kept them locked out. I didn't let them sign NDAs. I didn't let them come in and test. I didn't let them play it. I brought in every single little guy, whether you had 0 followers or 20 followers or subscribers or whatever platform you're on. And I just let you play the shit out of our game. And then I unlocked it. And then I said, okay, all of you all can make videos now. And I let them do it for a month. And there was a new video being posted by the same person. They were posting new videos every single day.
Me.
Flooding.
I think
social
he's
media,
talking about me, chat.
YouTube. Everywhere you looked, it was Ghost of Tabor on every VR creator that was little. And then it forces your big guys to have to cover it too. I didn't have to pay them anything. I didn't spend any marketing budget on them. And the beauty is, by saving that marketing budget, I was able to reinvest in my marketing team. And now that we've established capital and we have money now, now I'm able to pay those large creators what they want and still keep my cash flow healthy.
Let me get rid of the empty mags, chat.
For launch, like we are working with creators for paid for launch. You have to with some of them. I'm not going to go up to Nico Ortiz with millions of followers and say, hey Nico, I know we're brothers and we're buddies and stuff, but could you do this for me free? No, I'm going to pay them what they want. Same thing with Bambio and all these guys, like Soul over at Combat Waffle. He reached out to Bambio, got him on board. Like Rekid, like these guys are huge, but you need to hit these guys.
Rekid, I forgot that guy existed.
You're even ready to go.
He's really popular in VR.
What are you gonna do after you launch? And what if there's no sales? And you just spent $100K that could have floated you in your small team for 3 or 4 months until sales started coming in.
And you also want to. I was gonna say, you don't want to shoot it in their hand when it's janky or anything.
Shoot it in your hand.
Shit on
Is
your
that a
game,
sexual term?
Right, exactly. Like there's people that have reached out and they're like, hey, they did one free video, and they're like, and this was early on, and we've came to terms, and we're good friends now. But there's a creator early on. He's like, hey, I did this video for you. I'm like, oh, hey man, thank you so much. He's like, now pay me to do more. I'm like, you can fucking walk down the streets and not pay me for anything else. I didn't ask you to do the first one. So I think that's the problem is content creators, yes, you deserve to be paid. But when a studio is small, and if you do not care about expanding VR as a whole, and you only care about that money in your pocket, you need to go play flat screen.
Yeah, because the market's a lot bigger on flat
ready
screen.
Yet. We're still getting there. It's going to take some time.
That makes sense to me.
I think before we can really compare ourselves to PC marketing and creator-wise, where you can just the creators should be expected to be paid by every single studio thousands of dollars. I think we're still another 5 to 10 years out, personally.
Yeah,
Easy,
no, that makes sense.
Not longer, until something changes.
So what he's describing is he's like, look, if you're a content creator, and I'm a lucky exception here, meaning it is still possible, but look, like if you're looking to make a living off of content creation in the VR field, know that it's so small and niche still. I mean, I know we as VR players might not like to admit that, but look, it's true. Hello,
chat. This
hi.
is the real Tan. I can tell you right now that there is in fact a petite maid dress in the closet with me. It is my only companion on the lonely nights as I sleeplessly grind my imposter of a clone's WoW game.
Chat, he's fine. Don't worry about him. Don't listen to him. It's actually, we agree that he says edgy stuff, that I'm not taking care of him, but he's really lying. Or is he? But, the player base in comparison to flat screen games is so not even close yet, okay? But over time, he gives a couple, 5-10 years or so. Over time, VR is going to hit mainstream. And what's interesting is we're seeing a little bit of evidence of that today with the new recent release of what is the Apple one? The Apple Vision Pro. So the Apple Vision Pro is kind of an insane thing to come out because, there's so many Apple fanboys. And a lot of people use iPhones. They're very just well known as a tech company. So for them to take VR seriously and AR, It's going to draw a ton of new eyes that never even considered VR and are only choosing to consider VR because Apple has stepped into the field. So this Apple Vision Pro release is actually a massive deal, as much as it might not be catered to games and things like that. It's just getting more people's attention on VR. Because if, like I said before, if someone as serious as Apple is getting into the field, we are going to see a
Chat,
nice
don't worry,
influx.
I stop by every other day or week and slip a bag of chips through the small window in the basement for that tan.
Toast, stop feeding him, okay? My whole process doesn't work if you're feeding him behind my back. Let's continue, chat. But in time, chat, in time. Spatial computing, yeah, for the Apple Vision, yeah.
Maybe the Quest 4.
Got some
Quest
buddies to
5.
get VR, nice.
I think anybody going into VR right now in any position, whether that's content creation, developer, trying to make a game, it has to be for the love because you love VR.
Yeah.
If you're getting in the industry right now because of the idea that you're going to make $100 million from it in a year, it's the wrong industry. Like you said, go flat screen.
Flat screen
Go
is
deal
the
with bigger
market.
investments or whatnot, but you have to be getting into VR and putting in the time because you love it.
And I do
as a
love
gamer.
VR.
You know, otherwise you're going to be disappointed. You're going to get burnt out, and you're probably going to leave bad impressions on other people.
Chad, I'm
in
not
the
getting
industry.
burnt out. Don't
When
worry.
does this episode
I
air?
feel good.
I was planning on either dropping it this Wednesday or the following Wednesday.
Okay, then we'll have 84,000 Discord members because you said it was like 80-something thousand. We're
Yeah,
at
I thought it was like
83,904.
something. Yeah.
We're at 83,904.
It might be at 84 by the time we're done recording.
Usually
this.
about 1,000 a week.
It hasn't slowed down. That's what's ridiculous.
No, it's stayed. It's still ramping. And I attribute that really to our media team and the creators that do covers like Timeless and Tanavarian and
It's me!
Control Pairs. Like these guys.
He said my
these guys
name
made
and
their
Timeless.
careers
We
off
did.
GOT.
We did
And
make our
that's why we're
careers
gonna
off
do something special with
GOT.
creators in the future, and we're gonna have some little dangly. Have you seen the Fish UMP boss thing? The gun?
Chat, I already leaked this to you guys as part of the interview because I was terribly excited. Timeless was like, dude, you have to see this. Tanavarian, yeah, I know. He said my name, Tanavarian. Dude, this is exciting. I'll let it play out for those of you who missed it when I leaked this, but he's
The
talking
Fish
about the
UMP boss
dangly
from
thing on the
Church
fish.
Cultists. It's like it's a UMP, the Fin Ripper. It's got like
I don't think I've gotten it. I've seen people in our Discord posting it.
Yep.
So it's got a little charm that hangs off the side of it that is in Fish's avatar. I think we're going to partner with some creators in the future and do some of those charms to where you can put on guns for your favorite creator. And we're going to give that money to the creators.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So
That's
take
so
care of those who
insane.
take care of you.
Scott, that is so fucking...
not
it-
war.
You can only eat so much bacon and drink so much bourbon.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever hear this, but if you do, you're... how do I even say this? It sounds like cheesy to say you have like a good heart, but like, bruh, like name another game dev company that you know of that's ever done anything remotely close to that. Releasing like a little DLC thing for a content creator so you can get a little like dangly of them and then send 100% of the proceedings, the revenue to that content creator. It's just unheard of, but it's so kind because he's being very appreciative of the traffic that, you know, YouTube videos and live streams bring to the game. It does get sales, so it's his way of like thanking those people. It's just insane.
And it should be said too, some of these small creators that were given the opportunity to cover Ghost of Tabor over the big ones aren't small creators today.
Right.
So in that time frame, they've now moved up those creator ranks. So it's given a whole bunch of people opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Timeless,
they're-
I forget what Timeless is. That dude's crazy high now. Like his videos are wild. He started off as nobody. And
Yeah. Timeless is killing it.
And there's so many marketing things you guys do as a studio that other studios don't do. You know, you referenced Timeless. I think he won your content creator of the year, but that's something I've never seen another studio do.
GG
Hold
Timeless.
A creator awards just for their games. We were talking before the episode started recording. We were talking a little bit about merchandise, swag, stuff that
Skill
other
issue.
look at that.
Skill issue is the best slogan for a shirt.
If you're a studio, why are you not recognizing the creators? Why are you not selling merch? People want to buy t-shirts. People want to support the game in other ways besides.
Well, I think for some it's a financial reason because of their size and they're scared
course.
to put money in certain areas. Just like marketing. It's like clearly you have to market your product. But
Yeah.
there are people who just don't want to put that money forward. And it's, you know,
That's
at the
the
end of
beauty
the day,
about
it's
my
gonna
merch
hurt.
here. I don't put any money forward. Listen, here's a good tip for all the devs out there. If you want to sell shirts, go to a website called printful.com. It's print on demand. It charges you nothing up front. They drop ship it. They handle returns. If there's something wrong, everything. The margins aren't huge, like $3 or $4 on a shirt. That's what we make. But that's fine. It's all about marketing. It's not about that money. These shirts people wearing around sell games. Those games provide money for your studio. Like, go there, go to Printful, and they ship all over the world. They have printing facilities everywhere in the world. So it's like if someone in the UK orders, they get that shirt from somewhere in Europe. Canada, somewhere in Canada. US, somewhere in the US. It's everywhere, even in Australia, as far away as that is. They have their own facility for Printful. And you can do hoodies, pillows, mugs, t-shirts, hats. We don't get our hats made there. I get my hats made through Savage Tack.
So, because Scott mentions this company, Printful, and you guys have been asking for some sort of merch on my end, you guys can thank Scott for me even looking into it more seriously. So I'm gonna look at that site and see what they can do, and maybe sometime relatively soon, I might have some stuff if you guys want it. It'll at least be there for those who have been wanting some sort of merch. Also, the Timo plushie is still in works and is getting designed. And so I look forward to leaking that to you at some point, chat. But it needs time. I want it to be super good for you guys, so we're gonna put a bunch of time in. Okay?
Can 3 have a community t-shirt design competition?
Yeah, we definitely could have one of those competitions. 100% for the t-shirts. So that would be something fun to do and something to look forward to. But let's keep watching this interview, chat. I'm gonna keep cleaning. And all my mags went fucking... Why, chat? Chat, I was just stacking them. You saw how neat they were. Now they're all, like, sideways. Whatever. That's so annoying. Anyways. Whatever, I'm not clean anyways. Why should I even care that it looks like that?
Practical because they're just fucking badass guys. But like you could do so much and it costs you nothing up front to help push your brand. Printful, I've never given away that secret until now. Printful.com.
Yoink, stealing
So there you go.
secret.
That's all you get from me.
That's it?
I'll
I'll
drop
take
a
it,
little one,
Scott.
Too. I mean, that's exactly what we do for the Rough Talk merch. We use a service. I looked at Printful, and there's one that we use called Printify. It's the same shit though. It's all the
Printify,
same.
yeah.
And it's like you said, no money up front. You don't pay anything to upload.
But it lets you get your product out there.
If somebody buys it, yeah, you front the $7, $8, $10, whatever it is for production. But you don't have to buy 1,000. 100 in each small, medium, large. Store them in your basement. Then it floods. Then you have lost. It's not like that at all. You just boom, sell it on demand. So it's also kind of back to the timing thing. If you're a new game that just rolled out with no following, maybe don't want a merch store. But the second you have Discord communities, subreddits, online groups, it's like, hell yeah, it's just another avenue. And again, I've always been a swag guy. Like, I want to buy game
Swag.
t-shirts, I want to buy game hoodies and stuff, but a lot of times they're not available from studios. So I think it's a missed opportunity for a lot of studios, and a good example of where Combat Waffle is checking the boxes.
Well, and it should be noted that, if you're really paying attention, the marketing started from this with Combat Waffle early. It wasn't an after, it's not like we're releasing the game. Oh, yes, now let's get people involved. It's like the foresight to know we need to and get people talking about it before it's going to come out. And which this still continues to happen every day, just organically. It's become its own little... So it's all brilliant strategy if people are paying attention.
And look at the results. Just came out last week, so the game's going to launch on the official MetaQuest store February 8th. And it came out that
Chat, them releasing on the official meta store is kind of a big deal. Before, the game on Quest was buried in App Lab, okay? Which is like a side shop, separate from the main meta store. So apparently it's really difficult to search for items and find specific games there and browse it easily. So whereas on the Meta Quest store, those problems basically don't exist. Like, it's very easily visible, very easily searchable, and I think from what you guys told me yesterday, already on the first like day or two of being on the Meta Quest official store now, Ghost of Tabor, they were like number 3 top selling. So they're killing it. They're doing really good. Where did that one in the middle? Loading, I guess. Pog. How is it doing right now, chat? Does anyone know where it is on the list? On the CEO, bitch, yeah. Where's the ooh bag says that. And you know Scott wrote that one. He must have. All right, let's keep going,
Who knows
chat.
how old this news is?
Kiosk is clean, though.
Into that or anything, but it came out that Ghost of Tabor hit 10 million in revenue.
That's incredible.
On App Lab.
Mhm.
That is
Between App Lab and Steam.
between App Lab and
Chat,
Steam,
will
yeah.
this stay
But
here
it's
if
a
I
whole different
leave?
Animal when
Still
it's
a
on.
nice nut.
I should just sell this now.
Yeah,
when
it
it's
was
on
good.
the official MetaQuest store, I think it's going to be a whole different animal. So,
So
how
I
did
have a brilliant CFO, and I'll give you her projections for our first year, from March 18th to March of this year. And I can tell you, our guy over at Meta, who ended up being a really good friend of mine, they both looked at the numbers and did projections, and we actually did our projections based off of Padlock.
Items left in the sell kiosk return to the
believe it or not.
trade
And
kiosk
we
if you
said
go
we
to the
would make
market and
between
back.
Thank
We
you.
thought we would
Thank
make
God I didn't do that.
10 and 15 million our first year. That's how close she got it. That's how
incredible.
close she got. And then
Do
the
I
Meta guy
add
was like, her
lime
numbers
Greek
are dead
yogurt to
on.
my curry?
Like,
I have no idea
so do
if you
anticipate
add
the studio
yogurt to
growing
curry.
a lot when without getting into
Curry.
actual projections and numbers and stuff? Do you anticipate some big growth when things actually hit the store?
you know,
Yes.
it can go one way or the other, right?
Do it, Frank.
I feel like we've all. God bless it. Come on. I feel like I'm
The
so ready to
lights
move
turn
on.
off
This is
on him.
Thursday, you have no idea.
He's got like
office
motion
still?
I'm
sensor
still in the old
lights that just
studio
turn
right now.
off.
We move in Thursday.
Nice.
Is it going to go well? Absolutely. No matter which way it goes, it's going to go well as long as we don't have like servers on fire or anything like that.
From what I could tell too, chat, the launch went really smooth. I didn't have any like huge server issues. I wasn't like crashing. There wasn't any new like problems that existed. So I'm glad the release went without a hitch, because basically what you do as a game dev, especially when you're running multiplayer games and servers, is you pay for a certain amount of infrastructure that can support X amount of people. And if you get over that amount, then things start breaking and not working well.
Right next to the lever action. Choice spot.
That is a good spot. Yeah, you could see it there. Where is it? No, that's a grenade launcher. That's not a Bison. Wait, no, the shotgun. Yeah. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, just the servers handled themselves well. That's a huge fear when you first launch something or do a big new influx of new players. If your servers are breaking, like you see a lot of like day one Blizzard games where like literally the servers just do not work because they didn't pay for enough infrastructure to handle the player count. It's a really bad look on the first day of your launch. So it went really smooth without a hitch, and I'm pretty sure Scott is very
all signs
happy and
point
excited
to
about
things going
that.
Great. But the universe is the universe, and whatever could happen, could happen.
This interview
wanna
was
say
5
that
days
we're
ago,
going to
chat,
continue
as a heads
growing.
up. 5 days ago.
Estimated, we have a number in our head of what the player base should increase to on day one, concurrently, which we believe will be around 10,000 players concurrent on the first day. But it could not be. It could be way less. That's our happy number. We're worried if we go above that, then servers are going to be on fire. So we're happy. Jonas is happy if we just stay at that or less. Of course, you know, as a CEO, I'm like, no, man, we need to go higher than that. I'm the CEO. But we're happy with those numbers. We've already done more than we ever thought we would do. Like, this could all stop tonight, and we have. I said it in what did I do? I did a media interview the other day with the local Forbes magazine, and so I think every person, I would say every man and every woman, or every man, it was always the same, but it's every person, every man, woman, whatever you are, wants to leave a legacy. And a lot of that for our legacy, like, your son is your legacy. My children are my legacy.
Okay, kiosk sold
But I
there.
think everyone at this studio, especially the young guys, we could die tonight. And the fact that we have touched 500,000 plus people's lives in a positive way, and will be talked about for years to come, long after we're gone, as a father of VR, this studio and this game. Legacy's there. I'm good. Whatever happens, happens, man. It's in the universe now. I put the energy out there. It's whatever.
Chat, this might break the game. I'm putting 3 bags in. This might break the game.
6,000 players currently in
That is
game.
full of shit. That's a lot of players. 6,000 right now? That's a massive amount. I might have just broke this and lost all of the stuff in the bag. Those are 3 bags that are stuffed. I'm hoping eventually it's going to load all of that in. You know, we'll find out, chat. We'll find out. Oh. A lot of stuff loaded in. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I think it's working. I think it's working. Let's keep listening, though.
The universe decides to do with it. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, Frank.
I got goosebumps from that one.
Well, I'm yeah, right. Well, I mean, it's true words. It's not like made up shit. I mean, that's just the reality of being a human. You want to be remembered for something. We all do, and it's truly
PP powder.
in my
We want
opinion,
that.
when people don't remember, or you've left nothing. That's truly when you die. Until that point, when people are still talking about you, you're as alive as you were when you were alive. It sounds corny, but
No,
Well, that's the reason the photo's in the bunker still. Rivera, my buddy, that died of cancer a few years back, that I served with. Most badass dude I ever knew.
Chet, I don't know where they moved him. Chet, where did they move his picture? I know where he was in the old bunker. He's probably upstairs, but he's talking about, an old military buddy of him and him immortalizing him by putting his picture in a frame inside Ghost of Tabor in the hideout. You guys know what I'm talking about? He's up in the bedroom now? Yeah.
If something ever happened to me, I'm it. I was the last person besides my wife maybe tell stories about him every great now and then if she thought to. But now everybody talks about him. Who's this guy? That was it. Legacy lives on. He's never dead.
now that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. And just to sum up what you said, it's true. I mean, no matter what happens next, Ghost of Tabor is in the VR history books.
Well, I will predict the universe is going to reward this. I'm actually more scared of server issues.
I was saying it the other night. I was like,
We were
whatever,
playing, yeah.
whatever number they're projecting, it's going to be triple.
I'm
was
like,
what I said.
Yeah, you did say that too. I'm like, triple.
I was like, whatever number they
think I'm-
have in mind, it's going to be triple.
Chat, I think I'm going to sell food items. I'm going to take a little bit of a loss here, but I think I'm going to sell food items to Minty Tactical. Just to get the dollars spent, right? We need either bought or sold Karuna values to be really high for them to level them up trader level wise, and that counts for sold stuff to them or bought stuff from them. So just to pump Minty with a little bit of extra money, yes, I'm losing about $600 from it in this specific case with the fish curry, but I need the money spent with Minty. Minty's a harder one to get money spent with just from loot in general. So I'll be selling food to him. Let's continue.
I was like, they better be
That's-
calling Amazon, whoever.
You're making artwork, Banana?
That's
I'm
the
excited
part.
to see it.
Is
Mail it to the
Jonas
P.O.
is
box.
flying here. This is all happening on Saturday. Infish is here.
Write a little note.
Proper is here.
I wanna read it.
Soul is here. Ray is here. Z is here. Spoon is here. Spoon's environment artist Sophia is here. Who else is here? Orbital's here. Elijah's here. Fox is here. Like, we're all in the studio, in the new studio. We move in. Yeah, they come in on the 3rd and they leave on the 10th. So we'll all be together on the 8th in the studio working from this new place together with very limited computers. Let's put it that way. So like whatever is ready on the 1st, because that's when we're done, whatever is good on the 1st and given the green, that's what goes. So we have 3 days left to get it ready before everybody flies. So we're we're sweating bullets, let's just say the least. But I think the universe will be good to us. We try to do everything we can to be positive for the VR community and give back to the people that have supported us and are in the VR community. So hopefully it gets those positive vibes and it gives it back to us.
I have faith.
Oh, the energy level in that studio
I can't see
on
how
release day is going to be intense.
not
we,
because they're being forced to, but I can't imagine anybody sleeping these last 3 days. Like, no, dude, I
Christmas,
got
yeah.
one more. I got one more.
Do I have enough
thing to fix.
optics,
I got
chat?
one more.
We have so when we launched on March 18th and on App Lab, our publisher Beyond Frames, they had, when I got back from the launch party, sitting on the door in a big box with a package from some like liquor company, and I was like, what the hell is this? And literally everybody just left. I just drove home 3 hours. Proper D was with me, and I opened it up, and it's 3 bottles of Dom Perignon champagne, and it's like, congratulations. I've been holding on to those till
Hey, Jed.
the launch day on Meta. So everyone's going to be here together, and we're going to pop some Dom Perignon, and hopefully, only if it goes well, only if nothing breaks. Then after we fix it, then we'll pop the bottles of Dom Perignon. So
Congratulations. I think it's
Thanks.
gonna go well. I understand waiting
Well
till it's done
deserved,
though.
too.
You know, we're getting some pizza after our showcase, our gaming showcase this Friday. But I'm waiting till after.
We're rolling
Yeah.
big.
Not
yeah, that's
ordering
going to
the
be cool
pizza.
too. I'm excited. Gaming Showcase is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing nearly as cool though as seeing Ghost of Tabor on that
For our
official.
level in life, it's pretty.
It's still
pretty big.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be happy
excited.
about that.
We'll actually be live on the QTC podcast live. Eric, that's who will be here. Eric from QTC on YouTube. He'll be at the studio. He lives in Tampa, like an hour away. So he's
Aw.
coming down as well. So we're actually going to live stream that night from our new studio with Eric on the QTC podcast over on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else he does it at. So it'll be pretty cool.
All right, those bags sold well, chat. I'm gonna grab more.
That's gonna be fun energy that day. I can only imagine.
Mm.
A lot of hard work coming into reality here. And I mean, how did you decide on February 8th? I mean, I'm sure there's that part of you that
It wasn't.
It's like-
It wasn't supposed to be February 8th. We were supposed to have an extra week. And
It is
I'll
a
be
cat,
honest, there's
Sonny.
another game launching on February.
I had an
8th,
artist make it.
or February 15th, and these guys need a win. And I'm not going to launch the same day as them and just crush them.
That's nice, Scott.
As much as I dislike them, I'm not going.
Who is it? Chat. Can we do some digging? Chat, what game is coming out almost exactly a week after Ghost of Tabor? I don't know if it's even public or if we won't know until it actually comes out. I just want to know what game it is and what game company is. Because he's just like, man, did he use the word hate? What did he say about them? I don't know. He gave some disdain, but he also was being good guy Scott and saying like, look, I won't release Ghost of Tabor on the same day as your game, because we'll absolutely crush you so that they can get some sales. No, it's not Silent North because Ghost of Tabor is Combat Waffle Studio is making Silent North. I wonder what it is. MILF Simulator 3D? All right, bet.
You know, that's something that we actually talked about a lot on our last episode on Monday. Like, games can't release on the same day. Everybody's kind of losing like that.
Someone's gonna lose.
Meta sells less games because some people that would have bought in both are only going to end up buying one. So who's really?
It was just an oversight by everyone's part. So we jumped on it quick. Maeva from Beyond Frames, because she is a fucking saint of a woman that deals with me every day somehow. She got on it quick, and Meta and ourselves figured it out, and we decided, hey, it's going to hurt us, but let's just move it forward.
Do you think that extra week was going to be needed, or are you still pretty confident with what's going to ship on the
No,
3rd?
so I'm confident. We're
Nate.
really so what you're playing right now in live is what you're going to get on launch. That's it. There's no content. Maybe a couple small bug fixes, some crashes, some sort of back-end patches, But 2 weeks after launch, that's where all that content comes. But the reason it's 2 weeks after launch, it was only supposed to be 1 week after launch because we were supposed to go on the 15th. We need that extra 2 weeks to make sure these things are rocking and ready to go. And we're still in the VRC process right now. We're on the 28th, and we're still waiting for green light. Like, this is how this process with Meta is. It's great, but it's very, very stressful and very detailed and deep dive. And it's hard. It's not easy. Even with a team of 34 people, like, I mean, of course, we're split across 3 projects, but like, even with people like Ray, who you've met, and Victor, who we just hired as from a senior developer, and Patty and Elijah, like, and Zav, there's so much work being done right now by these guys nonstop to make sure, because we'll push a new build and we're like, okay, we fixed this, and this. And they're like, great, let's keep testing. Like, we just found a way to break your menu system. And you're like, fuck. Like, oh, it's a VRC block. You can't move forward until you fix it.
Am I done with all the bags already, chat? I think I might be. Holy shit, we made record time. I think we just need to deal with junk piles now, chat.
I know Valeby is having an official quest release very soon.
Oh, is it Vale? It could be. It definitely could be Vale. Interesting. That sounds right, Frank. Ooh. Little mystery, a little drama. Alright, let's keep cleaning. I gotta deal with my junk piles now. Chat, we're actually almost done already. Like, all I have to do is go through the junk piles, and then everything will be sold that I want to sell. Everything's kept that I want to keep. Then we're gonna put all the stuff away from the kiosk once more, and we're done. We can go raid. Let's keep watching, though, shall we?
And you're like, fuck. So it's just like, it's a stressful process. But it's also a great process, because these guys go in and they do things that players would do, and they'd be destructive. Like, go in and purposely try to break shit. So it's a really good process, but it is a lot of stress, and it's a short time, and you have to work a lot of long hours, and you gotta miss some time with the family. But after this, I think everybody's gonna get a nice long vacation this year. So
it's well deserved.
I was thinking that before there was even a launch. I'm like, from when we say it, I'm sure everybody may or may not note it, but from start to finish, this has not been your typical developer roadmap for putting out a product. It has just been one of the most aggressive, full force, and we said it last week. Like, I don't feel like there's ever really been a break. It's like it's just been pushing forward, fixing things, adding more things while continuing to fix things, all for this, and even in the store, there's still more coming. It's just, it's the ultimate in grind. But if someone really wants to see what hard work, treating the universe right will do for you, I mean, it's a shining example.
Yeah, and
they are killing it. I'm really proud of them.
Of everything,
I'm like glad they made the game that I can
get to make my right leg stronger.
Be playing now.
A plus side. So on the upside, there is a little benefit to releasing the game as is, dealing with that new influx of members versus dropping new content at the same time. So now you're dealing with bug fixes and overloaded servers. Now, on the upside, now you get to at least deal with the new official store traffic, get that all ironed out, and then a couple weeks later drop some content. So maybe it'll work out for the best as is.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the game is still going to maintain kind of an early access beta tag. Is that correct?
We prefer the term live service now.
Live service,
So it's
politics.
kind of like a game that's not officially released, but still with a lot of work.
Yeah, it's released, but it's live service and an active development.
And I imagine it was
Has a better tone than beta.
yeah, because it's
for
not
sure. Because it's not exactly beta.
No, at this point, it's winning game awards. It's winning game of the year from multiple awards. I mean, it's
Now
hard
there
to
is a
call it
P.O. Box
early
bullets.
access
Watch out
at
in
this
case
point. So I do
Bouillette
think live
sends you a
service is
plastic
a
test
much
tube and
better
freezer box.
fit.
They did say they want to
But I
surrogate
imagine
a
it was a
tan
big
child for
struggle of-
themselves.
Excuse me? What did you just say, Toast? What the hell? Are you telling me you want me to, like, fill a test tube full of my baby juice and send it back? I'll consider it.
Figuring out, like, all right, this is the point that the game's at, and this is where we want to release it. What was that process like of figuring out, all right, the game's good enough, it's at the vision of what we want to submit it to the store, versus I'm sure you always kind of want to spend, more time fermenting with things. What was that process like finding that Goldilocks spot?
I mean, if it was, to be honest,
Huh?
basically,
Chunkla and
continuing to
chat.
perform in App Lab every single day with sales and traffic, and I would stay on App Lab for the next 2 years. If it could have continued the way it's still continuing even after the holidays, and before the holidays. App Lab's a great place. I really don't want to leave App Lab. I think it's the perfect place you could be, and I think if Meta would make it more, you have more eyes on App Lab and easier to find, search a title even by, you have to be so specific to find titles on App Lab that it hurts a lot of developers. And I think if they could clear that up, which I've been told that they are working on a process when I was at Connect, that was something that they were aware of and it was on their roadmap. So I'd stay in App Lab forever. I don't really see a reason to leave it. Because when you lose that App Lab status, there are already people out there that hate our guts, right? And shit talk any chance they get. So it's only going to increase.
We'll grab a
those
sip of
people when it
coffee.
goes to store. That's my biggest concern, and that's what I love about games like Tarkov. That game is still in beta. It's never coming out of beta. That means they can continue to work on it, break it, introduce bugs, introduce new features that they want the community to fine-tune. But I guess it's the same ring as live service and active development. So if there was an option to stay in beta and be on the main store, I would have done it. But we've been working on this since last June. This roadmap that we're on now to get to store. When I went to Sweden last June, which I'm going again to my publishers this June for a week, we've sat down and hammered out our roadmap in like 2 days when I was there with my team back here in the States when I was sitting next to Maiva and Ace last June. So we've been working towards that for 7 months of just preparing our last 3 months of nothing but polishing and bug fixing.
And the game is solid.
Yeah.
And today I don't have bugs. I don't have any issue. It feels like an official, like a full.
Now, let's be real. There are still issues here, but in comparison to when it first launched, chat, do you guys remember back in the days you'd run on Island? For those of you who played the game early on, you'd be running around with Island with your rifle in your hand, and then you'd kind of be running up a hill, and all of a sudden your gun would just explode and fly into space at Mach 10, and you would never see it again. You remember the bags just spinning and going into space all the time, like how frequent that stuff was happening, how many hard crashes we'd have all the time in the early days. Like, there was so much rough, almost game-breaking stuff that has been largely fixed now in comparison to then. The spinning bags, yeah, they were so annoying. It was such a constant thing, too. The bag still happens from time to time, yes, but it was almost like every single bag would do it back in the day. It was rough. So they've come a long way. If we're talking about the bugs that exist now in comparison to then, they're making great progress, chap.
It's launch, not beta, not live service or anything like that. So you all have done a great job. From where Tabor was, 8-9 months ago to today, it's not even the same game.
He's saying exactly what I was just going over.
The hideout's different. Everything's different in the game. So
Everything.
And then new maps coming. So huge.
Man, wait till you play Underground. Oh my god.
Underground Matka?
So do you think that you like the underground version of Maka more than the above? I know it's hard to pick favorites or rank
It's hard
them.
because the museum opening up on top and above ground Matka is in the church. Oh my god, so cool.
The church is going to be
So
opening
cool.
up?
They did such a good job.
Oh, he's talking about
museum
Church of Scott?
is insanity.
Museum? No, this is new stuff. So new buildings opening up there?
More insanity.
So more buildings are going to be open on the surface as well, chat. Which I've been waiting for. Like, you have a map with so many buildings and streets and all this stuff. Like, they plan for opening up some of those buildings so you can get up in windows and watch street and just have more areas to explore rather than running around outside on the streets looting. So that's exciting.
We connected them, and I'll tell you, there's a green key card now being introduced to the game. You need to get that green
The
card.
big
green
museum
card from
near one of the
Maka to
tents. I know what
unlock
you're talking
something in
about.
the Underground Maka.
Wait, you'll
That's
need
deep.
something. What did he say, chat? He's leaking key cards.
But we connected them, and I'll tell you, there's a green key card now being introduced to the game.
Green key card.
And you need to get that green key card from Maka to unlock something in old Underground Maka.
That's genius.
Hmm.
So now you're starting to connect maps together.
Yep.
With,
And those
Man, that's
old
a-
school players, when you find what it is,
I'm an
you're
old
gonna
school
walk in and
player.
be like, oh my god, they did it. You old school guys at Underground Maka, you're gonna walk into this place and you're gonna be like, fuck, I'm home.
Chat, if he's saying that, he's got to be hinting that the old bunker. This is my guess. I could be wrong. But my guess is the old bunker, not the bunker we see now, is going to be in the underground Montka map. So it'll be a place to actually like raid. There'll probably be loot in there. And it'll just be cool to see that environment again. And the green key card is probably going to open up. Remember how there used to be a bunch of colored key cards in the old bunker that you'd use to open up different doors? There's probably a green door in the old bunker that either we couldn't open before, and now we will. We'll get to go in there and see what's inside, and there'll probably be a lot of big loot. It'll be like a mini vault or something. So that's pretty cool.
oh, I'm hyped. I like.
The old bunker is just a different layout, right? Instead of this like everything's really close to each other, it was more like rectangle and rooms are really far away from each other. It was a lot more big and spacious. This one's much more modular and easier to access. You don't have to run very far to get to places. So just a different bunker design. So if you haven't seen it, you'll get to see it once they release the underground version of Matka Mies, the
Like the way you're
subways.
teasing it, you're not telling us exactly what it is,
Yeah.
but for any of the OG players, they're gonna go hunting. First, they got to get the green key card.
which is
Yeah.
obviously essential.
Yeah, and in Tabor fashion, I have a feeling it's not going to be spawned every killer. It's going to be a tough find to get, and then once you do,
Am I done, chat?
then you got to find where to use it underground.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Am I done?
So
Man,
Nothing's
Underground
perfect.
Maka is just really tight. It's like a really,
I think I'm done.
it's like silo.
I just gotta put shit away now.
It's big, it's twisty, it's turny. There's subways, there's train cars, there's sewers, there's maintenance passages. Like, it's a lot of CQB. And you need to go in stacked to the gills and bring in something that isn't going to be knocking walls and stuff when you go to ADS. Like John Wick MPX, that Terran Tactical MPX.
So
would
really
probably be my
tight
go-to inside that
angles
map
and
for
corners
all
under there.
AP rounds.
Really tight, close quarter combat, it
I
sounds
love
like.
grenades. It
itching.
doesn't sound like the map I want
I'm
to be throwing
itching.
grenades. I'll tell you that.
No, flashbangs would be great, which are coming. So
Well, kind of.
It sounds like it's going to be like reserves
after
for those who play
the story release.
Tarkov.
There's gonna be some new
Become a
content.
subway rat instead of a silo rat now.
Yeah. You get to rat it up in new places. Chat, have you guys ever played reserves back in Escape from Tarkov? You know, there's that above area where everything's really open, but if you go underground into the underground military bunkers and like tunnels, it's very tight, close quarter combat. So you have a map that both has like tons of close quarter situations if you decide to go to that area of that map. And then above you have really open, medium to long range engagements that can happen up there. So I like that mix where a map has both. It offers more than one, type of scenario that you can get fights into map wise. That's pretty cool, chat.
Are you able to talk a little bit about what that content is?
oh god, what did I say? My team's probably cursing me when I made that post. Yeah, I think the coolest thing is probably flashbangs. It's actually when you see the flashbangs, it's not your typical.
I'm excited to try the
all-black,
flashbangs when they
all-white
come out.
Flashbang VR kind of a thing. I think those burn your retinas out.
Yeah.
If you do not have tinnitus in life, which is ear ringing, you're going to experience tinnitus.
What?
And it's
Simulated,
as true as
right?
it
You're not
gonna
gonna
sound. I
give
have
me-
really bad tinnitus, and I tested it multiple times when I wasn't having ear issues, and I thought I was just having tinnitus issues in my head. Like, it's as real as it can get.
Okay, he's
but I
simulating
made, like, this
tinnitus, chat.
cool
He's not gonna give us
light
tinnitus.
blind image, like when you're blinking, you can see that light image in your face on a black screen that fades separately from the blackout. You're getting flash and the tinnitus ring. You can't really hear anything. Everything's sort of muffled
I'm the CEO,
around you
bitch.
besides that ringing. Like, it's a very discombobulating experience, which it should be. And then I think the other cool thing with NRSs would be cool. Spoonfed worked on those. So it's no longer like hold it and let it go and keep doing it. Now it's a hold. All right, it's done. Now I can start fighting again. It doesn't hang in your arm anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to slow.
Chat, did you hear? We're going to have to hold NRSs in our arm to constantly heal. So our hands are going to be busy, unlike us just popping a med in and then going out and continuing to fight while we heal. And that's good. I think it should be that way. Like, the healing system right now is a very just like placeholder system. Healing is going to be very intricate and advanced the more time as time goes on, because that is the way of Tarkov. That's how things work there. So exciting. I look forward to that. And we're going to start seeing little introductions of that, with the first being, you can't just pop an NRS and it stays in. You're going to have to hold it while it heals. I think that's good.
Slow down your combat. Make you be more strategic in your fights.
Yeah.
Have to think about things a lot more. It's going to be a lot more pressure, a lot more sweating, especially when you have to choose the right time to heal, which is something you do in Tarkov. You have to pick the right moment to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after that 2-week patch, there'll be some more healing items coming out, like a bandage wrap that not only stops bleeding, but maybe it adds some healing effect too. If you don't have a nerd, you have a bandage wrapper. Maybe you have the Tarkov cheese where you can pop it open and stick it in your arm and get some small healing if you don't have a nerd or something like that. And then I'm excited about the character reconnect system.
Yay!
I hope it's going to be done. It's really close.
Character reconnect system. I don't think it's been released yet, right, chat? No, I don't think it has. But what this means is if you guys ever crash or get disconnected in raid for whatever reason, you'll actually have an opportunity to reconnect to the raid so long as you haven't died. That's how it works in Tarkov. And that's how we should see it implemented here. I'm sure he's about to explain it. But as long as you stay alive and don't die, while you're disconnected, your character will just be sitting there or running in place. It's really nice to be able to reconnect as long as you haven't died during that disconnect process. So, cool. That's very, very, very nice. So you can stop shooting your teammates in the face when they crash.
So if you crash, you reconnect. If you come back, you have an option to join the game again that you disconnected from. That's a big one.
That
As
is a
long as
big
you don't
one.
get killed while you're disconnected. If you're still alive after you get disconnected, you can reconnect into your character. Everything's there. You're ready to rock. Continue your raid.
I used to always kill him if he crashed, so I won't do that anymore.
Don't do that anymore, yeah. But make sure you check the patch notes, because you may still get a couple more kills in if it doesn't make it. And I think the streamer camera, that's a cool thing for a lot of the people.
We're going to play with the streamer cam a lot, chat. We're going to see if we like it.
Content around Tabor, steady cams, different angles, gun barrels, auto zooms when you ADS, your cameras. Like it's a huge system, and you can thank the wonderful tutorial guy. Proper D. Zero experience. This is what I love about our fucking team. When I met Proper, he did videos, but not in Unreal Engine. Now we bought him a full mocap suit, down to the fingers. There's a face tracking. There's a new trailer getting ready to drop where he plays a character, and it's got full face tracking, mouth, eyes, everything. He speaks. And Proper sat down one day when I hired him and figured out how to do all of this originally in Unreal 5 with our early trailers. And then we were talking about a streamer camera, and one day he's just like, I really want to take a shot at this. And the code was going to be bad. We had to refactor the code. That's fine. But he sat down, and over the course of like a week or 2 weeks, he just made the streamer camera with the different camera options and the way to switch between them and the right angles for them. Like, he sat down and figured out how to do code in Unreal Engine and Blueprint form.
That's pretty cool.
I think that's what like,
shout out to
team,
Proper D for making
unicorns. Like, they're all amazing at what they do, and they all strive to better themselves in their work.
Chat, this is something I want you to also apply in your own lives. Like, even if you have no knowledge of doing something, but you have, like, some sort of goal that you have in mind that you want to build, just go try it. Go try and learn the skills to make it happen, and you guys will find that you are much more capable than you think you are. And that your own self-doubt is blocking you from doing things that you are more than capable of learning and doing, even if you have no knowledge of it and you're just diving into it. In Proper D's case, and what he's explaining is like, he's not a coder. Like, he doesn't do that stuff. Like, you know, he makes videos, he makes content. That's where his expertise is. But he sat down and was like, I'm just going to try and tackle a streamer camera because, you know, I have knowledge of like what I would like to see on the content side, but I have no knowledge of actually building it and making it functional in code and in an engine, a game engine. But he sat down and said, even though I don't know how to do it, I'm going to learn the little things that I need to make the idea in my head come to fruition so I can show it off. And he pulled it off. And you guys are all capable of this, especially with ChatGPT at your side. It will help teach you and show you how to do things, and you can learn very quickly. So I just always to say, don't use... oh, well, I've never done something like that before, as an excuse not to try something you might be interested in, okay?
Place. And then we took a developer came in behind him and they refactored it and made the code more performant to where it would run on, you know, in VR. But that system, like, there's great camera games like Live and all those guys are great. You haven't seen anything like this. And it's going to be amazing.
I want to
content
see.
creators are going to fucking love this camera.
I want to
Soul
see.
And Z-Storm play with it every day. They test it, and they fucking love it. They said it's the best streamer camera they've ever used. It's not like you can reposition it and hold way out here, but there's a chest cam, there's a helmet cam, there's different cameras on your barrel or on your back of your sight, and when you ADS, the camera zooms into your reticle or your iron sights, whatever you have on. Like, it's a whole thing.
I really want to see the
Proper
streamer
stuff
cam
there.
chat. It might give you guys a really
just
cool
the
view
future, man.
on the
And it
viewing
again, it goes back
experience.
to marketing. Now the streamers have a way to stream my game better.
Exactly.
Push it to people.
Yep.
Because the shakiness of the camera now they have to use.
Yep.
To play your character.
Yeah.
It gets with your head bobs and everything. It gets sort of, some people complain about getting sick when they
Nauseating,
watch
yeah.
streams. Not anymore. This camera's rock steady. No matter where it's at.
That's
I think-
huge.
It's going to be cool. It's going
Just
to be cool.
another-
There's a new whiteboard with different color markers.
New
and an
whiteboard?
eraser
Tweak's gonna love that.
So people can draw on their bunker.
We
That's a cool
can
one,
make
too.
more artwork.
Yeah.
I am so impressed with the media team of Combat Waffle.
Oh no, they're
Proper, Z-Storm,
gangsters.
Soul, even Mr. Witty, your community manager. It's
Yeah.
all rock stars. So as surprising as that is to hear that Proper put that all together, it's also not
Doesn't surprise
surprising.
you?
Yeah,
I
as
know.
weird as that is, that's amazing to hear he's getting into that side as well. And that's another example of who knows where this team's going to be at in 3 years, 4 years. as
I'm
their
excited to
skills
see
continue
where they're
to
gonna
grow.
be in that
And that's crazy,
time.
You just said the magic word. Team.
Very excited,
Not
chat.
one person we've spoken to from the studio.
Takes credit for everything.
Tan, you should put the full bottles upstairs with the plant's storage.
It's funny you say that. You're like sitting there typing it, and like I know it takes a little time to send the bit message through and for it to be read on stream. Bro, you so right. Look it, they're all up here. Bro, you so right, Frank.
It's shared. It's like everyone knows and acknowledges, and they seem to really respect the leadership. It trickles down from Scott, and everybody does their part, but it's all part of a team. Nobody's saying me,
If
or-
one falls, we all fall.
Chat, why does it say
Sad,
there's
but
still
it's why they're
113
success.
kilograms?
They're a rare. You talk about unicorns. It's like Combat Waffle is the unicorn, so it doesn't surprise me they're made up of unicorns.
And since you're leaving App Lab and it's so dear to your heart, you love it so much, do you plan on putting out Grim or Silent North through that same pipeline of starting in App Lab until it's ready for a full release?
I know Silent North is good.
Chat, they're talking about Silent North right now. It's another game they're developing, but we're done. Bags are empty. Junk pile is gone. Bags are empty. Junk pile is gone. Bags are empty upstairs. Everything was sold, and because I didn't want to make really far trips to put stuff away, because I'm lazy and hate putting things away and want it to be as fast as possible. Look, I know the mags are a mess, but I used the close rack, so we could just grab it from the kiosk, we could put it away. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but stuff is in a place where I can find easily. We got all of our gun attachments. We've got our ammo modules. We've got suppressors down below and ammo crafting supplies. We have, well, I thought they were going to be neat stacks, but, you know, the game is doing what it does, moving these mags for whatever reason. So this is a little bit of a mess, but tons of Stanag mags, decent amount of AKM mags, some other mags that I will use eventually, put away, a bit of grenades, a bit of food, a bit of energy. We got our med station. Everything is all right here. I can kit up for a raid, other than armor I'll have to go grab, but I can kit up and build a gun right here. And I like this. I like this a lot, chat. It's done. It's done. Oh. All right, I'm gonna go to the market and back and make sure that this is actually zeroed out. And I think we could do some raids. Chat, what's my time? How long did that take? It took about an hour? That's not bad. I got through that a lot faster than I would have. I mean, I guess we could look at the video to see how long. About 40 minutes. I probably paused for like 10 to 20 minutes. So yeah, we're like just shy of an hour, which is awesome. And how much money did we make? I didn't even sell everything. I put some stuff aside so we can build guns and have extra parts. And it looks like we're sitting just shy of 200,000 karunas. And we only had like, I don't know, maybe 5 to 20,000 karunas prior. So good money while still having a stockpile of backup gear. Not bad at all.
Tan, important question. That may or may not show up on a t-shirt design. What is your dream kit? Like rifle, handgun, etc.?
Dream kit, M1 SAS or Golden SKS. Both of those are equally amazing in my eyes. And I mean, do you want the whole kit? Like max tier armor, Mickey Mouse helm. I think that's it. But yeah, my two favorite guns are gonna be those.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, max tier kit, or sorry, max tier armor. Gotta have the drum mags for the Golden SKS or the M1 SAS. I do like the, you know, throw an Alton on there. Altons are much more known. Alton for the helmet with the face shield. And a little Ragnar backpack. Yes, little. Chat, I'm gonna spend all of my money on bunker upgrades right now. Anything that I can afford, I'm buying. So Intel level 2, let's pick that up. Maintenance we can't grab. I don't care about the shooting range. We will grab the medical station, yes. We'll grab the upgraded garden room, yes. For utility.
Tan, my last message for today before I go grocery. CC says to eat ice cream for desert tonight, you deserve it.
Okay, thanks. A little bit of ice cream. What else can I do? I think that's it. I need one more level for upgraded garden station, and then we'll start growing weed. So let's go get that level, chat. If you guys want to watch the rest of this interview, it's there for you. Big shout out to Rough Talk VR again. I'm gonna move into some raids now that we're done. Look, Timeless commented. Wow. Cool. Hey, they replied. Thanks for tuning in. Keep it up all the great work, Timeless. Oh, I said agreed. What's up, Tan? Chat, check them out. Rough Talk VR. Huge shout out to them. They've got 1.2K subscribers. Go if you like anything VR related, gaming wise, and want a podcast, give them a sub if you liked what you heard here today. They talk to lots of different game devs and share their own opinions. Thank you, Rough Talk VR. And Scott for showing up. Shall we, chat? Oh, wait, I need to actually remove this. All right, chat, is it gone? Yes. Those of you who made it to the end of the video, I see you. I appreciate you. Double check that you're subscribed, as it helps a ton. Give a like if you feel the video deserved it. And I read all of your comments, so let me know what you think below. If you want to be a part of chat, come check out the live streams. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, always at 3:30 p.m. PST for start time. I'd love to see you there. And until next time.